We're told all the time to drink more water. It seems like the simplest health advice on the planet, right? Well, it turns out the real story about hydration is actually kind of complicated. So today we're going to unravel the myths and figure out what you really need to know.
It's a question we're all asking ourselves. I mean, you see people everywhere with those giant gallon-sized water bottles, tracking every sip on an app. We're all trying to get hydration right. But what if the very rules we're following are, well, just plain wrong?
Think about it. From fitness gurus on social media to countless health articles, the advice is everywhere, and honestly, a lot of it just contradicts itself. It's a perfect storm of information overload. So let's cut through all that noise and get straight to the facts.
Okay, let's start with the big one, the most famous hydration rule of all time. I guarantee you've heard it a million times, and it's probably the first thing that pops into your head when you think about drinking water.
The 8x8 rule. Yep, that's the one. It's so simple, it's easy to remember, and for decades it's been repeated as the absolute gold standard for how much water you should drink. But is it actually based on solid science, or is it just a really successful myth?
Well, here's the thing. This one-size-fits-all approach, it just doesn't really work. Our bodies are way too complex for that. Thinking of it as some kind of rigid law is exactly where all the confusion starts.
Your real personal hydration needs are constantly changing. It all depends on things like your body size, how active you are, the climate where you live, and even what you're eating. I mean, an ultra-marathon runner in the middle of a desert is going to need a whole lot more water than someone working in a cool, air-conditioned office, right?
So you'd think that since the 8x8 rule is so flawed, experts would just give us a clear, simple alternative. But that's where things get even muddier.
You've seen these articles. They have these bold headlines like, "Everything you know about water is a lie." And they try to debunk the old myths, but in the process of oversimplifying everything, they end up being just as misleading.
Okay, take this for example. An article might scream, "False. Your body isn't 60% water." And yeah, technically it's not exactly 60% for every single person on Earth, but the reality is it's a pretty good approximation. Just calling it false is totally unhelpful because it brushes aside the super important fact that water is fundamental to what we're made of.
Or how about this one? Water doesn't flush out toxins. Again, this simple false label completely misses the bigger picture. No, water isn't some magical detox juice, but your kidneys, your body's incredible natural filtration system, they absolutely 100% cannot do their job of getting rid of waste without enough water.
And here's another popular one, the idea that water flushes out fat. Look, drinking a glass of water isn't going to magically melt pounds away. But is it totally unrelated to weight management? Not at all. Being properly hydrated is crucial for healthy metabolism, and